Good evening, everyone. All the students who are preparing for CS Executive Batch. Sorry, CC Entrance Examination. Company Secretary, Executive Entrance Test. Company Secretary, Executive Entrance Test. Test it is, okay? Okay, first of all, I wish you all the best who are preparing for this exam, especially the BRICS Academy students who have been undergoing coaching last 3 months. You have written a lot of exams. You have practiced a lot of questions. So definitely after practicing so many questions and after attending so many classes, after writing so many exams, you still have attention. That is the problem. You know what? My confidence is 100% all of you are going to clear. I'm talking to exclusively BRICS Academy students. Okay. This exam, first one, point number 1. I'm not going to give you a mantra to clear this exam. I'm going to tell you what you have done. And I'm also going to tell you on what basis you would clear it. What is my level of confidence that you can clear this? All right, guys. First important thing. You have undergone a coaching for about 3 months. Some of you must have missed many classes. I mean, few classes, but some of you missed many classes. But of late, when the exam date is announced, last few, weeks, you have been very careful. You've been writing exams. I don't know whether you know or not, we practice more than at BRICS Academy, we practice more than, for each subject, more than 700 questions. Some of the questions are given to you for practice. And we gave you booklet of questions. That means you have already seen many questions. If you have not seen the questions, trust me, you're going to get confused. If you have seen the questions, it is easy to eliminate the options in the exam. When the question is given to you, ABCD options are given to you. You already have seen that question, means you are familiar with that question. Maybe you do not know exact answer because you got confused, because there is an overlapping information. There is a possibility. But I'm telling you, suppose if there are 4 options, first thing that you have to do, what is not the answer, you have to eliminate. What is the answer will come only when you are able to eliminate what is not the answer. Most of the time, why students get confused, because they're trying to search for the true answer, correct answer. They don't first eliminate the wrong answer. If you eliminate the wrong answer, suppose out of 4 options, you could eliminate 2 answers, one answer. So remaining 3, depending on 3, applying your common sense and your familiarity with the concept and your understanding and your reading, practice, etc., it's easy. Instead of searching for the best answer, correct answer, try to search for the wrong answer and remove it first. Usually what happens, suppose if the question is given, question is easy, it's very easy to answer, there won't be any issue. If the question is not easy for you, while you are reading the question only, you will understand, oh, it is easy or not easy, whether you know it or you don't know it. When you have this kind of a feeling, what first you have to do, you have to start eliminating wrong answer. If you could eliminate 1 or 2 wrong answers, then remaining 2 may, applying your consciousness, easy to answer. Guys, I'm talking to you today to wish you all the best and tell you that don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. 3 things you keep in mind. Number 1, last minute when you are preparing for exam, not only this exam, any exam, don't think of not writing exam. Some children, last minute, they say, I'm not confident. How do you know that you're not confident? You have not seen the question, you have not gone to the exam, you have not seen the options, you have seen nothing, you are still at home, you did not go to exam, you did not open the exam paper, you're still saying, sir, I'm not confident. And one of the beauty of MCQ questions is when you read the question, there are options. That means answers are there already. One of them is the answer. So you have to apply your common sense. You have to apply your subject knowledge. You have to apply your understanding. You have to apply what you heard. You have to recapitulate, etc. So this is what a mind game. It's not about memory, right? If it is descriptive exam, what you are supposed to do, sometimes it so happens you have to remember everything and write. But when it comes to MCQ based question, where is the question of tension here? That is why I always tell you before examination, especially 10-15 days before, how we have been conducting exam rigorously, right? You see the question, you see the option, you learn the answer. That is the tactic you have to follow. If in case you still have some booklets or questions which are pending to be practiced, whether it is issued by the academy, coaching centers, or whether it is issued by ICSI, whatever booklet questions you have, just aram se baith jao. You just sit, keep answering, knowing the answers. And if in case you want to have some clarity in that concept, go to the textbook and see that concept only and on that page. Instead of start reading last 2 days, 3 days, instead of start reading the concepts fresh, it's better to practice first of all questions given to you. ICSI has given questions to you. Academy has given, BRICS Academy has given questions to you. And there are previous exam papers which you have written, which you had written. And those exam papers, once again, you can brush up. Because what I want is you must be knowing the options and answers and make sure whatever you read, you have to brush up. So first advice I'm telling you, don't think of not writing first, okay, please. Second important thing you have to do not worry that you don't remember. How do you know that you don't know unless and until you started trying to know something here? You are thinking only, your exam is nearby, I don't remember. How do you know that you don't remember? Have you seen the question yet? Before seeing something only, you mentally decide that you don't know anything. No, please don't do that. You know better than what you know. You know better than what you think you know. That is the correct sentence. I want to make it here. You know better than what you think you know. Until and unless you go to exam, you actually do not know what you know. Okay. Third important thing, when you're writing, 120 minutes time is there. Please make sure 2 hours exactly full utilized. There's nobody waiting outside the exam. Most of you, what you do, since you know the answers, you continue rushing the answers and marking the answers. You simply come out. Use the entire time that is given to you. Because what happens, you will have minimum, let's say, 6 to 7 seconds time will be there, and make sure you use the entire time. Some of the questions at a glance, when you see only, you can answer. Okay, some of the questions do take some time, so try to save the time on easy subjects and use that time for difficult subjects. Let us look at one thing. 2 minutes, I'm going to close. We have 4 subjects. Business communication. I'm telling you, common man using a common sense in an uncommon way can easily pass business communication, because it's a combination of English language, which you have been hearing, which you have been talking, which you have been watching, which you have been hearing from people, etc. Because your all subjects are in English, common sense you apply, but only thing in business communication you have to remember, go slow, because all options will be very familiar. They look so easy, you feel like, oh, let me answer. Take some time, please. Understood? Common sense you apply. Since there is no negative marking, what is the point? What is the point in leaving the question? There is no point in leaving the questions, right? So the simple approach for business communication, you can save a lot of time, but my sincere advice, please read all the options. Without reading fourth option, even though you know very well first option is the answer, please do not skip reading any option. Read all the options. Read all the options. Read all the options. Am I clear? Next one. Second important thing is legal aptitude. Legal aptitude, logical reasoning. Out of 35 questions, legal aptitude would be around 26 to 27 questions here. Maybe 8 to 10 questions you would be getting from logical reasoning. Legal aptitude, logical reasoning, out of 120 questions, I'm telling you, this is the subject which takes a lot of time. In legal aptitude, sometimes they will give you a practical oriented question. You have to read the example, come to a conclusion. Sometimes one question may have several concepts, like Contract Act concepts they will have. So in legal aptitude, out of Contract Act, law of torts, elements of company secretary law, and company law. Prefer more. Contract Act, company law, revise more, practice more. Contract Act and company law. Logical reasoning, you don't have to practice anything. If you had already practiced, if there are questions to be practiced, you practice. Otherwise, just have a peace of mind. Aram say, go to exam and see the question and answer. So whatever time that you have saved in business communication, you use it for legal aptitude and logical reasoning. Don't apply common logic in legal aptitude, apply legal logic. That is a problem. Okay. Next, when it comes to economics and business environment, this is a technical paper, lot of information they would ask you, etc. So economics, business environment, economics, again, 26 to 27 questions they would ask you. Business environment is full of data. So when it comes to business environment, which organization, which year, what scheme, what program, what they launch, etc., etc. So if in case SEBI is there, IRDA is there, Reserve Bank of India is there, NCLT is there, NCLT is there, which year it was established, what is the objective of this, what SEBI does, what NCLT does, what NCLT does, like this you. When it comes to economics, focus more on demand lesson. Focus more on demand lesson. Union budget and national income. Union budget, national income, demand lesson. These are the questions they generally ask more. These are the areas where questions will be asked. And again, in economics business environment, there is every possibility you will be cheated because options will be very close by. So please read all the options and answer. I repeat, in economics, demand lesson, completely go through. Non-banking financial institutions completely go through, and union budget you completely go through. Once again, if in case you want to revise, business environment, institutions related, objectives related, years related, they ask. Then current affairs. Current affairs, it's a huge, there is no limit for it. If in case we gave you some questions, and if in case you have some questions, current affairs, don't read anything, continue practicing. Because if you read even now, just 3 days before of examination, if you continue reading, you won't remember anything. If you don't have questions, you need questions, please do let me know. I will send questions. We gave you enough number of questions. Those questions, if you could practice, current affairs may, out of 15, you may be able to answer 6-7 questions. That's all, not more than that. Not more than that. And some of the questions they will definitely ask based on the latest happenings. You must have heard or overheard through newspapers or news channels, etc. And in current affairs, rely more on communication skills, because current affairs is very vast. You may not be able to answer so many questions, but still, since there is no negative marking, apply common sense and answer. But my simple request, I'm telling you, please, there is no negative marking. There is no point in leaving the question and coming back. Your 120 minutes, 2 hours session will be more than sufficient. You will save a lot of time in business communication. Don't leave a question. Sometimes by mistake, what happens, you keep leaving the question, you want to come back, technically some issues will happen because you're writing online exam. So question number 1 you have read, answer question number 1, knowing or whether you know it or you don't know. The reason being, anyway negative marking is not there. There itself it is. Don't try to come back. Coming back and trying to recheck the questions, I'm telling you, maybe while selecting, deselecting, so many problems will happen technically. My sincere advice, please, question number 1 to question number 120 or question number 140, please make sure you continue answering the questions. Only thing, definitely you will be able to save a lot of time on first paper, last paper, and third paper. You will have to spend, because you have to think a lot when it comes to logical reasoning and legal aptitude. So therefore, the time that you save in business communication, economics, and current affairs communication skills, use it. Remember, last but not the least, you're supposed to get 40% of each subject. So make sure you use the full time and answer first. See, legal aptitude you can score better, business communication you can score better, because they're all common. The only thing, technically where you're supposed to remember something, economics and business environment. Because legal aptitude definitely will help you to, if you have understood, if you have attended classes, it's easy. But when it comes to business communication, on spot you can decide the answer. When it comes to communication skills, on spot you can decide. When it comes to logical reasoning, on spot you can decide the answer. But when it comes to economics and business environment, you must have a memory of certain information. Don't have any tension last minute. If you still have any doubts in legal aptitude, economics, anything, please do let me know. Please do let me know. Okay, I will definitely shoot some concepts videos and send it to you. All the very best. Don't be panic. You will do better than what you think you can do. 100%. Last minute, don't have any tension, don't have any feeling that I don't want to write it, etc., etc. You will do better. All right, all the very best. Good night.